A lot of it's hearsay, and a lot of it is stuff that he told me later. And after Ray had passed, there was some notes about this whole thing. But apparently, after this infamous hailstorm up in Appleton, Wisconsin, about 5 or 6 years ago, Ray had moved up most of his stuff up to Appleton. Was up storm chasing, and he had a girlfriend named Pat Crabb that was down in Virginia, and apparently she'd come up for some crazy weekend he'd planned, and they went up to I think he said it was Monash, Wisconsin, and they'd gone up there in some Lake Park Tavern, one of these like little local joints up there in Wisconsin, and had spent the better part of the morning and afternoon drinking Ray's Bloody Marys. And about 2 o'clock he was half lit and decided that he'd wanted to take Pat out onto this Lake Winnebago or whatever, this big lake they've got up there out of that the High Cliffs Marina. And he'd brought his 1974 Harley Davidson boat up there. Now they'd shot out of that marina on some sort of hopped up pleasure cruise, we'll call it, and got about maybe about a half mile out of the marina, and one of these Wisconsin summer squalls come in there, and I mean just heavy. Ray described it as just real heavy seas, and waves are crashing over the boat and all this other crazy nonsense. And apparently a big swell came in and knocked Patty out into the drink there, and Ray was just just completely he didn't even have a captain's license at the time, and like I said, Ray didn't really have much of anything, but he had brought his possessions up from Virginia, and the only thing that Ray really had of value was 181 of these Canadian maple leaf gold coins that his mom had inherited to him, or that he had, and he kept them. I remember he kept them in this blue, I think it was a Crown Royal little sack he had, and he'd take that thing everywhere he went. But Ray saw Patty in the water there and jumped in, and apparently another swell came in, and that Harley Davidson boat did have I think it was a 4-cylinder inboard motor, and it's just basically swamped the boat and ended up sinking. And Ray and Patty somehow swam into shore. Damn near drowned. Ray got back up to shore there and looked out, and the boat was gone, and he was so intoxicated they couldn't even alert the authorities. But all was basically lost up there, and